Okay, we're gonna talk about being a female in boot camp specifically. Hey females, hey males, anyone watching if you care. So number one, you will be in a compartment with all females. I think they're actually doing all female divisions now, so you might not have any males at all, but that was not my experience. I was in an integrated division, so we had all the females in our compartment, and then literally across the hall, it was all of our male counterparts. And then, morning for chow and for PT and all throughout P days and trainings or classes that we were going to, then you merge and you literally do everything with the guys, which is not like intimidating or scary, or it's very normal. It's just like combined training. However, you will have most exposure to just the females because you live in that compartment together, you hygiene together, you're showering together, you get close. I mean, you're literally 2 months with these people cooped up in a completely new experience, and you have very little in common, but yet you have the world in common because your world is boot camp. I personally had like a really good experience with the females, especially in P days. You're just gonna be scared out of your mind, and so you really, really, really bond over that because you're like, what did she say? What are we supposed to do? How many? What time? I mean, it's literally like you're simultaneously all figuring out a completely new lifestyle together. So it's super bonding and it's super fun. I was super close to my rack mate. After lights out, taps, you can like kind of chat with them, not for long. I always went right to sleep, but yeah, you do get to like chat, and you guys like are in close proximity. Your period, theoretically you will still have your period in boot camp, and you just handle it like normal. You can keep tampons and pads in your backpack. You can't keep like an assortment, but I think it's like they allow 2 tampons and 2 pads or something. It is very readily accessible in the head, which is the bathroom, but it's called the head. In the head in your compartment, there's literally like a whole metal locker that's for like community body wash, tampons, pads, shampoo, conditioner, face wash, body wash, all of those things. You all are kind of adding to that community stash. So anytime you do a run to the next, it's like, hey yo, we need more body wash, everyone pick up body wash, and then you kind of add it to the community. There is still room to like keep your own personal stuff in your A and B drawer in your rack, but it is beneficial to have like a communal place for all of those like more basic things. Personally, my body was under so much high stress from the environment, the physical expectations, the sleep patterns completely changing, the vaccinations. So I didn't have my period at boot camp, but if your body just keeps on trucking, like you'll have the resources you need to get through it just fine. And you can also, if you have really bad cramps, you can get ibuprofen or Tylenol from medical, and you can take that. When it comes to hygiene, I've heard that the showering situation differs, but for us personally, we had like a big tiled shower. It basically was like one giant pole with like 6 shower heads around the top, and then over on this side, one giant pole with like 6 shower heads. And that's all an open concept where you're just together. You just have to shower with other people, and you're basically given 45 minutes from start to finish to get like a lot of girls through the shower. It was like slightly awkward at first because you're like, oh, we just have to completely shower and do everything that we would in the shower together. But you really, really, really get used to it because you're on a time crunch. You're all trying to get to the next thing. You're stressed anyway, so you get in, you get out. You get in and you get out. So get used to taking short showers and get used to potentially not having a lot of hot water. I learned to not wash my hair as often because it was simpler and quicker. Also, something that was a little aggravating, it's totally doable, but as soon as you get out of the shower, you literally cannot be in the compartment with your hair anything other than what's in regulation. If you have like a bob, obviously you can have your hair down, but if you have long hair, it always has to be in the bun. Always. So we're talking like you get out of the shower and you immediately have to brush your hair and put it in a wet, low, slick back bun. It's inconvenient, but then again, what isn't? Laundry, guys and girls do their laundry separately, so you'll basically have like these mesh bags that are maybe like this big, and you stencil it so you put your name on it. That's how you wash laundry. So like right after you shower, You'll put in your colors in one mesh bag and then like your whites in another mesh bag, which is usually like your bra, underwear, and the white socks. White socks are only for PT though, but if you have whites, put it in the whites. If you have colors, put it in the colors. You'll collect laundry after every shower, and then like laundry is constantly being done. There's a laundry crew for that. Those are your LPOs, laundry petty officers. If you want a basic job that's low-key kind of challenging and you want to do a really good job, go for LPO, because it's very important and it can be frustrating when it's not done right. So that exists. Oh, if you wear makeup, forget it. There's no time, there's no energy, there's no care, and you're not allowed to. Depending on your RDCs, they like might let it slide, but at least for us, it was like, don't wear makeup. You might get away with like some mascara, but when I tell you it is not worth it, it is not worth it. Number one, you have no one to look good for. Number two, it takes less time. Number three, it's more convenient. Embrace your natural beauty, because first of all, natural beauty totally exists. And also, especially in that environment, it's the way to go, okay? Don't be insecure. Don't freak out about it. Don't complain about it. Just succumb to the fact that makeup is not like a thing. You can wear it for graduation and potentially for like divisional photos and individual photos, but on the whole, like, forget it. Don't come in with your nails done. That's not a thing. It is in regulation to have your nails done a certain way, but don't try to do it in boot camp. Trust me, it's easier. As far as the undergarments they give you, literally no one complained about them. The bras, comfortable, supportive, they work for like everyday use. So that was like honestly 10 out of 10. Underwear, same deal. They're like compared to granny panties, but it does the job. And like I literally never heard anyone talk about them, because it was just like, this is what we wear now. As long as you have the right size, it's gonna do you everything you need it to do. As much as you can control it, don't be the jerk. Don't be the one that just gossips and complains. You genuinely are getting close to these females, and you have like such a deep sense of familiarity with them because you do absolutely everything together in very close proximity, like 24/7. So it can get really easy to just be like mean or get a little too rude and joke a little too much, and then somebody takes it far, and then there's drama, and it is not worth it. And at the end of the day, you can't control other people and you can't control some of the conversation, but as much as you can, like, don't be into drama. Don't be a person that is, talking crap about other people, because it's not beneficial. It's not, and it's really not enjoyable at the end of the day. It's annoying for other people to have to overhear. Just choose simplicity. Sort of on that note, they'll tell you this, but you are not going to find the love of your life in boot camp. You're not going to find a lasting relationship either. You're going to different A schools. You're from different states in general. You have different rates. You have different long-term goals, different short-term goals. As much as you might think that you know a person, you don't. You really only get to know them on the level of like how it relates to your current environment, which is boot camp in the Navy. But aside from that, like, you can't bet on who these people are. And I'm not saying that everyone's like, nothing but untrustworthy and are horrible people at their core. That's not necessarily true, but you can't bet on just what you see in a very short time span in boot camp. Bypass it all. Just leave it alone. Focus on your rate and your school. The goal is not to find the love of your life. And if it is, it's going to happen much later in your career, because this is the time to learn and figure out the atmosphere and figure out money and saving. It's not worth it. Just another sort of generic tip: stay hydrated. Just drink water. Just drink water. And that helps for PT. That helps for like different trainings. And they'll remind you of that a ton too. So that's not like I'm going to change your life with that one. Also, commit to the general idea of not looking your best. You're figuring out the hairstyle for the first time. Some of you might even chop your hair when you first go in for simplicity's sake, which, good for you. I could never. You're not wearing jewelry. You're not wearing makeup. You're not wearing your familiar clothes. You're probably going without a lot of your personal like cosmetics or hygiene products in general, because it was simpler not to bring them. Just commit to not looking your best. You're going to be tired. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. But the point really is not how you look. No one's going to remember you after that. Like, unless you go to the same A school, and even then you have a chance to get back in your element of looking like yourself. So just, it doesn't matter. Trust me, it does not matter. But yeah, on the whole, there are going to be girls that you want to surround yourself with, and then girls that you're like, you're not my cup of tea, I'll kind of avoid you. There were plenty of girls where it was like, oh my gosh, you're like such a role model. You're the type of person I want to be around. You're making the kind of choices I want to make. And those are great people to surround yourself with. But then there's some where it's like, you're immature, or I just don't mesh with you. That's like fine. You don't have to get along with everybody, and you also don't have to hate everybody. Like, there's a balance to surround yourself with good people and then sort of tolerate the ones that you wouldn't choose to be around. But that's kind of like your first introduction to dealing with difficult people, or at the very least just people that are different from you, because that's going to be the rest of your career. And I'm even experiencing that just now, and I'm not even that deep in. 2 other things regarding hair. When you first get there, night of arrival, if your hair is not a natural hair color, or if it's very obvious that you have highlights, or if you got purple hair underneath, like, they're gonna find out and they're gonna say, go buy box dye, and the first thing you do tonight is dye your hair back to its natural color. So save yourself that situation, because it's not convenient to do box dye. I didn't have to do it, but I saw other girls, and you're like ruining a towel for it, you're getting the sink messy, you might stain various things, you're gonna need help. Just to avoid that, go in with a natural hair color. They will enforce that it's natural, and that remains true like for just normal Navy regulations. And then number 2, this is super small, but you are supposed to have hair ties that are the same color as your hair. So like night of arrival, I had black hair ties, and they were like, if you do not have hair ties or bobby pins that match your natural hair color, get up and go buy some. So they do like a super, super, super bare minimum next run, night of arrival, literally for the sole purpose of box dye and getting bobby pins / hair ties that match your hair color. So I literally had black hair ties, and I have dark hair, but I was like, black's technically not the color. I could get away with it. It blends enough. But I was scared, and I was like, yeah, I need brown, totally. So to save yourself even just that little bit of trouble, go in with hair ties that match your hair color. Blonde, brown, black. Easy day. Those are the huge things I can think of that like I picked up on and that, stood out to me. If you think of anything else, females, ask questions, and hopefully, I really think I hit the big things, but comment and I'll do my best to respond. But other than that, that is it. Peace out.